Welcome everyone to the stream. Today is the pre-last day of WGL Summer Quarterfinals. We have 4 quarterfinals coming up, all of them best of 5. Here are the matchups. LAWLIET versus LYN to start things off with. Infi versus Foggy next. 120 versus Moon. And then Focus versus TH000. Tomorrow will be the 2 semifinals, the grand finals, and the 3rd place decider. Four matches today, 4 matches tomorrow. Oh, so even here it's yeah, unless you see live random drawing Flying Morning Dew, there's always gonna be that kind of allegations. Sometimes maybe true, sometimes maybe not true. I remember in 2004 I was in 2004 when I played. I think they're saying their average game times. LAWLIET 1441, LYN 1660. I think we're gonna have some interviews as well. This is how many times they've used every hero. 4 blades. LAWLIET is 1 Tinker, 1 Warden, 1 Keeper, 1 Naga, 1 Demon, 2 Bottom. Really? Wow, what a diversity. That's awesome. It seems almost impossible, but I guess he won through the winner brackets and yeah, I guess it's true. Isn't 1660 basically 17 minutes? No, it might... Well, maybe they meant 16.6 as in 40 seconds and they accidentally wrote the 0 because they want to be consistent with the amount of decimal points. Hey, cool. Thank you very much, Rhinoscope. Yeah, that's possible, Flying Morning Dew. I had this tournament experience in 2004. So I went to Korea in 2004, 2 weeks before WCG Grand Finals in USA. And I started practicing there. And I practiced even with Moon and I lost 0-7. And Zakard practiced with Moon and he went like 4-4. And then we went to the Grand Finals in San Francisco. And the brackets worked out so that Zakard and Moon met in the semifinals. Zakard ended up beating Moon 2-1. And then I ended up beating Zakard. So I never met Moon to win the Grand Finals. Then I went back to Korea. I joined 3 different TV leagues. And in almost every group, their random drawings had me in the same group as Moon. Random drawings, but we didn't see it. And this happened right after a lot of fans said, if you had met Moon, don't know if you would have won, or if you had Moon, you would have lost. And the Koreans said, oh, we never got to see Grubby versus Moon. So, random drawings, maybe it's true, maybe not. So we have the vetoes here. LYN will be removing Amazonia, and there is no other map veto. Because it's a best of 5. So LYN removes Amazonia, and LAWLIET removes Ternistan, which just really surprises me. It really, really surprises me that LAWLIET removes Ternistan. But again, Hitman said that Ternistan is really, really solid for Orc versus Night Elf. Especially when you open with Blade Master and not with Farseer. Kiwikaki hates it. He plays Farseer. I often do as well. I don't like it. But as a Blade Master main, Ternistan is comfy. So those 2 maps are gone. Echo Isles will be the first. And we'll see the other vetoes later. Let's start things off. The quarterfinals for WGL Summer. Echo Isles, map number 1. Quarterfinals number 1. LAWLIET versus LYN. No, it's the same as always, Mayday. It's time. Alright, LYN opens up with an Altar Burrow Barracks opening, so he's not going to be going for that early War Mill. that indicates he has a headhunter build prepared. He did say yesterday, I believe it was 2 days ago actually, that headhunters is something he had prepared specifically for Moon. Thank you, Mayday. He had specifically prepared it for Moon. After all, Moon is the only Night Elf that he has consistently not beaten recently. LAWLIET opens up with a strong creep route, the mercenary camp, and if LYN opens up with creeping, which of course his setup is lending itself to with the Voodoo Lounge, should be coming out now. Okay, no Voodoo Lounge means that LYN will immediately go over to the Night Elf side of the map. But without a Peon Scout, LYN cannot actually know whether LAWLIET is on the 3-3-3 green camp at the north or the orange camp in the west. So LYN's blade has to choose to go over the marketplace or under the marketplace straight to the mer camp. And he doesn't really know where LAWLIET is. So his immediate blade harass and grunt harass is likely to walk past the top of the map first, as we can see the blade going there now. And then he will have to adjust to come here and try to maybe... Oh, look at that. Entangle kill on the Renegade Wizard. He doesn't want to go Treants first. Just wanted to get as much damage as he could on the level 5 in case of a speed scroll harass. LAWLIET must have prepared for various openers. But level 2 will be reached. This is a very strong opener for Night Elf. He's not picking up the item? No, sorry. Lol. The item, of course, is on the level 5. He already had it. Sorry. So Archer goes down. This is because it got slowed and he didn't detonate the wisp onto the LYN's face matters. Yes, sorry. Thank you. Hashtag LYN's face matters. Yeah, it definitely does. Double burrow into Warmill. So this is actually a pretty good map for Orc in the mid and late game, because there aren't too many creeps for Alchemists to get high levels on, and it's easy for Orc to counter expand. Plus, Night Elf cannot get 3 bases. But the early game is good for Elf. Although this is traditionally a good early game Orc map, that changes a little bit when the Mercenary Camp allows Elf to get level 2 heroes so quickly. I don't want to say for free. They don't get it for free. They do delay their tech a little bit. Note the double wisp that are there to help repair the Ancient of War. So it does provide a little bit of a delay for Night Elf to creep this early. But they get a quick level 2 keeper. That means they have Entangle, they have Summons, they have their Treants. And then they can go creep their natural expansion. LYN does not have... Oh, Headhunters! Grunt into Headhunters. My. Interesting. So, he did adapt his play a bit. Blaze Headhunters! How many times have I explained, chat, that Blaze and Headhunters is not good synergy early game? And then when someone made me do it, it was actually pretty damn good. When I made it by accident a few games later, it was also pretty damn good. The stubborn Dutchman gets schooled by random chance, his Twitch chat, and now by LYN. And of course I did already believe in it a bit, but I still haven't used it in an important match or against some of the best elves. And LYN is now opening with his Blade Grunt, fast tech. And the cool thing about this version of Headhunters is that it harasses with the blade just as quick as usual. You get the grunt to scout for wisps. It looks normal to the Night Elf, but then you go into Headhunters. So you've got quite a hybrid build here by LYN. As for LAWLIET, he built up his early game so foundationally strongly. Level 3 keeper with claws and gloves, and now Alchemist. Expansion is on the way. And I need to blow my nose, 1 sec. Alright, snakes first here. And there is no troll shadow priest, so entangle level 2 kills a headhunter. Keeper comes in and can do it again. There's no hex, there's no heal. That's 2 headhunters down. Where are the shamans? This is pretty damn bad for LYN. But the Blade Master looks like it is cancelling the Tree of Life. Alchemist is where? Oh, he's now defending against the Blades. Blades is still healthy though. 60% life, 40%, 20% life on the Blade Master. 1%! Blade! Oh my god! He's laughing. He says, I am so freaking good. That was so far below my level that it actually makes me laugh. Wow, what a start. So LYN uses this new build, but to be honest, if you took that gameplay, you took that replay that LYN has, you say, what if a blade without shop items harasses a night elf on Echo in this creep route, in this scout route? And what if you then go Shadowhunter second with snakes first no matter what, and you go Grunt and triple Headhunter into Spirit Lodge, but you don't do some kind of trick to get the Troll Shadow Priest from the Mercamp? What if you play that? Would that be good? Honestly, if reviewed by a board of peers, I don't think Orcs would sign off on that being a good opener. We can talk about that later and somewhere else, Scrabbler. I don't have time to discuss that right now. Unfortunately, I was really looking forward to seeing what LYN had cooked up for this strategy once I saw it developing. I didn't warn you guys because I didn't know whether he's gonna get the priest or when he's gonna open up with hex or anything like that, but this is no different from a standard blade into triple grunt opener and then not having access to a troll priest or shaman. The problem is when you face Keeper 3 that quickly, like I told you guys, Echo Isles is good for Night of early when they get the Mercamp like this. Entangle will kill all your shiz. It's gonna kill all your shiz. So, what is your plan? Do you have a way to open up the Mercamp and get your Troll Priest? Because you basically need 3 dispels before your Shaman comes out. And Troll Priest offers 2, so that's a little bit helpful. Or you can try to open up with Heal Wave, but it doesn't really compensate for the Entangle damage. Who picked Echo? So it was actually the go-to random pick. Not random, it's the go-to. So both 7 maps, both players veto 1 map. And then both players say, I want this map if I lose, which is Last Refuge for LYN. And then they say, okay, my second lost map, if it gets there, is this one. And then the final remaining map is the first map that they play. I really need to stabilize my finger counting order. Anyway, it wasn't pointed towards you. I'm experienced with messing up, so... The observer missed the BM scene completely. Yes. Too bad Twitch chat didn't miss my BM finger scene. If LYN sees no keeper at the 3-3-3 crowd, would it be better to creep that ogre quickly because Night Elf will be done with Mercamp anyway? He did get an archer and he took a bunch of damage. And if you solo creep with the blade on the ogre 3, you'll be like 40% life and you can do almost no harass anymore, save Orcas. It was also not a key creep for Keeper to get level up. So I do feel like that's tempting, but I'm not sure that it is an antidote to Night Elf's early good game. Both players pick 2 maps and veto 1, Dorient. The 7th map is the opening map, which was Echo. Easier explanation? You creep it with Grunt and Grunt retreats. Yeah, but Grunt moves slower than Blade. So you need to go in with the Blade, attack the Ogre, walk back 5 paces, and then creep together. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. And better that way. Then you'll be 70% life. I do like that opening more than the way he did it. But it still leaves the issue, when Keeper gets level 3, how do you stop all your stuff from getting entangled and killed? And probably he just needs to put it all in the back of his base till Shaman. But then the expansion definitely finishes, and Alchemist actually was level 2 already, Keeper's 3, and you're walking around with level 1-1. It's a real issue. You were distracted by the middle finger. Okay. Okay. I'll need to remember when I explain things, I don't flip off my viewers, because it's very distracting. Puts people on the defensive and they just stop listening, isn't it? I can't see any footprints behind heroes. Well, maybe next patch. So, Keeper level 1.7. He probably has Entangle first. Thank you so much for the sub to Dingo and Sauron Must Die. Love the stream, love your content. Thank you, dude. We have the similar opening now, actually. So this is LYN's new go-to. He is not satisfied with the status quo, opening up with triple Grunt into Shaman and Shadowhunter and Warmill and so on. So what we saw last game.
Delightful ladder and WGL early bird streams.
Thank you so much.
Keep it up.
I definitely will. One more WGL stream tomorrow. We're the only rank 1. We're the only Grandmaster right now in Europe for ladder. It was nice yesterday. So there we go with the Shaman, Spirit Lodge, and the Shadowhunter. And of course, this is a much better early game for LYN, simply because it's a different map, right? So the Grunt is in front, the Headhunters are behind. And is LAWLIET actually thinking of creeping the level 3 Ogre by himself? Blade. Wind walking into where the Keeper is. Keeper staffed. He actually has Treants first. So I think he actually never picked his ability yet. We can't see that. No, we could see that. They have the abilities on the overlay. Of course they do. Yeah. So he actually never picked. He wanted Entangle as an option, but he goes Treants by the time he decided to staff here and creep this. So he puts himself across the map, sees Blades in the bottom, and then staffs top. It's a very reliable way for Night Elf to play. They can either harass or they can creep. The Wisp is in position to expand, but because he knows the Blade is near, LAWLIET delays the making of the Tree of Life. 3 Hunters, Archer, and an Alchemist. This is the most typical way for Night Elf to have played since 2 years ago. 1 Archer, triple Hans, Keeper Alchemist, and then expand. But it's not very devious. It's also not following the Moon playbook, where you open up with an Ancient Protector rush into Tree of Light, that kind of thing. It's not 4 Huntresses like the Peruvian player, Hunter. He's from Peru, right? Otherwise I'm gonna look so dumb. Tome of Knowledge still there, didn't get picked up. Hex first by LYN. 1 Archer goes down, the Headhunter gets entangled and acid bombed, and he heal solves it, and it will survive. Tome of Knowledge for LYN, that's half a circlet. Very valuable. Considering that he spent 175 gold on a circlet, he's very happy to pick up a tome that doesn't take up an inventory slot for free, that LAWLIET didn't pick up. LAWLIET quickly with the laboratory creep. And no Tree of Life here. It can be notoriously difficult for a Night Elf to creep, to get an expansion on Last Refuge. So LAWLIET is switching to the second most popular tactic, which is 1 base Mass Archer into bottom. The second most Night Elf popular tactic, instead of forcing an early expansion, is quick Archers. And now we're gonna see... Oh! Staff of Tally. Okay. That's Force of Nature level 2, by the way, for LAWLIET. Very nice early creeping by LAWLIET. And he's got his Headhunter Shaman build. Now it's going to be interesting to see what transitions LYN has prepared. This is such a cool game. It's shaping up to be really interesting so far. LAWLIET has a level 2.8 Shaman. Sorry. LYN has a level 2.8 Voodoo... What's he called, damn it? Shadowhunter. Wake up, mind. Wake up. LYN has a level 2.8 Shadowhunter. Well, now it's level 2.9. Goes for a Hex and a Purge on the Huntress. Huntress already 1-0 attack upgrade. Wisps coming in. One Wisp detonates on the Huntress, but it gets purged and still dies. This is very good for LYN. Heal Wave, level 2. No snakes this time. And I think it's wise because... For one, he needed Hex Focus Fire on the Huntress to force LAWLIET to TP. For two, he already has a lot of piercing damage from... Oh wow, that's a quick Pit Lord! Tier 3 is finished for LYN. He already has piercing damage from the Headhunters, special build. And he needs heal against the Focus Fire that Mass Archers, Marksmanship, Strength of the Moon and Bottom True Shot are going to put out on him. Torrent Totem. LYN with the 1 Grunt into 3 Headhunters, 4 Shamans, Tier 3, Pit Lord, Torrent Totem. We're gonna see some Bloodlusted Torrents against Mass Archers. Heal Spray level 2 for LAWLIET. Lot of claws on his Keeper and his small Creep Jack or Creep Steal, or shall we call it Creep Sweep. When you clean up the dregs left behind by your opponent, it's a Creep Sweep up. Sweeping, creeping. Okay, I think I can stop now with that. So, where does LYN go next? He wants to... One circlet on every LYN hero, by the way. So, Mass Headhunter Shaman is not very good against Mass Archer. They have range 550 to 600. And Archers have range 700. So it's very hard to get past the Alchemist and the trees, the Force of Nature, and basically just close that gap without dying to Archers first already. This is where the Torrents come in, and where Bloodlust comes in. A lot of Focus Fire on Alchemist can also be quite good. Hex is there to interrupt Heal Spray. Alchemist has no rings of protection right now, which is actually fairly huge not to have it. And if he gets hexed and focused by Bloodlusted Headhunters, Alchemist could die. There is no Pound Turtle on Keeper of the Grove. There's no Staff of Preservation. And now he tries to get an invulnerability on the Keeper. He sells Scourge Bone Chimes, LAWLIET. Second Strength of the Moon attack upgrade coming. No Potem yet. Oh, there we go. Tyrande. Potem is out. I've only ever loved you. Blade finally got level 2. Very surprised not to see Mirror Image on the second ability. It seems so appropriate for Blade to get Mirror Image under these conditions. And Tango Focus Fire on the Ogre. What item does he get? Unholy Aura! That is so good to micro away from Torrents. Endurance might even be better. You get attack speed and movement speed, but instead he gets movement speed and regeneration. Regeneration is pretty good on Archers. Archers having Elun's Grace, making them take less damage from magic. Gives them a little bit more effective HP, but let's face it, Archer are not known for their tankiness, so regen is not as good on them. Movement speed though, always good in these games. So it is in Heroes of Might and Magic, so it is in StarCraft, and so it is in Warcraft 3. Speed is pretty good. LAWLIET banking up a lot of gold on 50 food. LYN has enough money to get a tiny Great Hall, or he can just go straight to 70 food. And I think since the Night Elven expansion was so late, there's really no need for an orc to expand early. How about just using all that lovely tier 3 you have to get really dangerous? What item? +9 claws for the Pit Lord. Cloak of Flames. Blood. He looks so cool. The burning ridge of flame, the green flame underneath. And he brings the mighty Hell Scream too. Double claws on the Pit Lord. That's gonna be cool. Blade Master who? Oh, thank you so much, Frank. Aww.
Huge new fan on the East Coast, US.
I'm glad.
Love you, man.
I'm very glad you're enjoying this stream, that you found this stream. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it, Frank. Now we go with the tiny Great Hall. After all, LYN could not ignore that alluring bank. And although I missed it, whether LYN found the expansion or not, I don't know if he ever scouted it. I think he did not. And without mirror image, he can't easily. But he must figure that maybe LAWLIET has an expansion. And either way, he felt he has the money and he can continually produce anyway. Next torrent comes in, 65 food. The tiny Great Hall is finished. LYN is mining on 2 bases. Before LAWLIET even. Bloodlusted. Headhunters, shamans, torrents. And heroes. Here we go. Pre-bloodlust. Pit Lord comes in. Howl of Terror to reduce the damage of the Night Elven army. It doesn't hit most of the archers. Pit Lord gets focused down virtually immediately. Uses invul so early. And there's a healing ward in the back. This is horrible for LYN. No more invulnerability on the Pit Lord. He cannot get to the healing ward. 1 torrent goes down. Great positioning by LAWLIET. A grunt has died, a torrent has died, an invul has evaporated on the Pit Lord. This is True Shot Aura level 2. And Scroll of the Beast, which LAWLIET still had. Another entangle on a grunt. Purge, doesn't matter. I just need you to stand there for 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Entangle, the grunt goes down, Purge doesn't even matter. Now everybody collapsing on the Orcish Great Hall. That was a fantastic position for LAWLIET, and he still has 1 healing ward. Bottom, triple claws, Scourge Bone Chimes again. Second one. And Unholy Aura. The Shamans looking to dispel the treants. They get focused by archers. Nearly 1 dies. Acid Bomb will actually take it down if he doesn't heal it. Wisps again, 5 wisps. Dispelling all the bloodlust and removing the mana on the Shadowhunter and the Shamans. Blade is 1 life. Pit Lord getting focused once again. Claws. Blade, no invul, dies. There's another healing ward here. And a torrent finally takes down the healing ward. 3 torrents now should actually dominate. He cannot untangle them all. They're doing a great job. Torrents killing archers. But he has no dispel for this torrent. This is so sick. LAWLIET opens up in a perfect way. Healing ward up the whole time. Wisps on all the casters. Immediately focus Pit Lord to force invul. Kill the Blade Master. But let 1 or 2 torrents get to your backline. And it's gonna be a freaking party. And archers don't know how to drink as well as torrents, let me tell you that. $50 food for LAWLIET, 65 for LYN. It's just gonna remake Blade Master in the old-fashioned way. Yeah, LYN just said, hey, nice micro, son, but you still lose. All archers drank under the table. I mean, Torrent Bloodlust should be good against archers if they can close the gap, right? It's all going to be down to good positioning for LAWLIET and economy harass. Wow. LYN a little out of position. He needed to use the shop. 4 peons have gone down, 5 peons. And he's just going to focus the Great Hall. A TP? No, it's a staff. It's a fake out. It's just the blade. But this... Oh, 3 Bloodlusted Torrents come in. LAWLIET has no more time to take down the Great Hall. The torrents are going ham! Bloodlust! Pulverize. And Howl of Terror. In come the wisps from the flank. Entangle on one of the torrents. Nice usage of the forest. The torrents can only hit the keeper. Now Alchemist cycles in to take some of that damage. There is an invul on the Pit Lord. Shadowhunter needs to dodge the detonates. Pit Lord level 4. Has Invul. Uses it. Blade's getting focused. He does not have mirror image. Blade Master dies. Pit Lord also going to die. There's still 2 Bloodlusted Torrents. They are closing the gap on the archers, but great micro by LAWLIET. That's a healing spray. He has TP. He has staff. Staff! He gave the staff with the critter keeper, the critter of the grove, to the not critter of the moon. And then he staffed the alchemist anyway. The hex deny play did not work. Invul on the keeper. Oh my god. LAWLIET is doing it. Level 4 bottom, 5 alchemist, 5 keeper. He's focusing the bottom. This is not easy. Oh my god, he killed all the orc heroes. GG. Oh, archers beating Torrents and Bloodlust. And a Pit Lord level 4. Wisps. The key to disable the backline. Oh man. I can't believe it. So much damage output with that archer 2 to 3 attack upgrade, marksmanship, acid bomb, and tango focus fire with true shot level 2, orb of venom as well. Damn. It's best of 5 though. It's not over. But that was... Man, that was incredible. 3 Bloodlusted Torrents could not kill the archers quickly enough. Wisps definitely won the battle. Together with some excellent positioning. LAWLIET was cycling in and out his heroes to take the brunt of the pulverized damage. And then use Staff of Telly and Staff of Preservation to cycle his heroes back to the Moonwells and come back into the fight. It's not like he needed to rush the clock. He has 1 base and LAWLIET had 2. Ah, not bad, current father. No muscle ache. Maybe good stretching. I think LYN attacked too early. And then because he lost units in that first engagement, he never got the critical mass that he needed. You saw, despite losing his blades in that first fight at LYN's expansion, you saw, despite losing that first fight... Hey look, they improved the overlay again. This time they encapsulated the timer in a little masonry work in the top left here. Every day WGL improved their overlay. Cute, man. It's nice to see them work on it. Where were the Lightning Shield Walkers? I thought that was his new meta. Instead he had Torrents. It's different. In those Walker games, he went Grunt Shaman. This was Headhunter Shaman tier 3. And it's quite gimmicky. Even in the fight that LYN lost his blade at his expansion, he had 3 Torrents that ended up actually killing so many archers. LYN got like a 15-foot advantage. So can you imagine what 4 Torrents would have posed as a problem? Or 5? No. Let's focus on the current game. LAWLIET did an incredible job at fighting Bloodlusted Torrents. It's so difficult with mouse archers to stay alive against Bloodlusted Torrents and Pit Lord level 3. Alright. I think it might have actually been worth it even to invis the... No, never mind. There's True Shot and Scout Owl. You can't invis the Pit Lord. So, this is quarterfinals, best of 5. It's single elimination. The loser will be rank 5 to 8 with $1,500 of prize money. The winner goes to the semifinals and will get several $1,000s of prize money minimum, with the first place prize being $35,000 American dollars. Of course, the prize money is paid out in Chinese renminbi, but I assume most of my audience is more familiar with the value of USD. So to convert it to amounts. Keeper of the Grove creeps, gets a Circlet of Nobility. No? What is it? Yeah, Circlet of Nobility. Yeah, I can't read the Mandarin, but it says 2, and the only thing that gives 2 is a Circlet.
Is this Warcraft 3? I can't recognize any of the units or buildings. I must be getting old or something.
Yeah, it's Reforged. On another serious note, this series is freaking awesome.
On a serious note, this series is freaking awesome. Thanks for the cast, Grubby.
Thank you very much, Mina. Keeper, Crept, Ogre Mage 5. This is LYN again, not being able to stop a Night Elf creeping on Northern Isles quickly enough. I believe LYN, in his defeat of Colorful, he actually did the entire green camp at the top, getting level 1.7, and then he crept another green camp, getting level 2 Blade Master. And Colorful got the entire natural for free. But it is shocking to see that even when LYN does only a single Ogre Warrior camp at the top, Ghost with level 1.2 across the map to the natural, LAWLIET already finished all the important creeps. The level 4 and the level 5 Ogre Mage. So Keeper is still level 2. That's a cancel on the Ancient Protector, immediately found by LYN. Nice job with that grunt. And I think from... Is LYN making grunts now or headhunters? I cannot tell from his food count. Let's see, 17, 20... Yeah, he is making headhunters. Again. LYN is using a new build sequence. Grunted to triple headhunter. For the first time, we see him use this in any match. And he is now on his 3rd game with it in the official setting. He's gonna have practiced this over the last few days. He had a few days to prepare, I believe 2 days. But this is LAWLIET. The rank 2 ELO ranking player in the world, LAWLIET. Moon being first. But it is possible that with this tournament, LAWLIET becomes the best player in the world. In ranking of the tournament and of the ELO ranking. It's probably the best time for LAWLIET ever. He's in the shape of his life. He's doing a great job against LYN, one of the best players here. And is so strong in many different matchups. This Korean Night Elf. Is it time for him to overtake Moon? LYN, does he go crit or mirror image second? I feel like he would have wanted mirror image last game. But then again, detonate can take away image and Blade Master mana all the same. He does get mirror image now. I think that's wise. When I played and sampled Blade Headhunter style a bit, I always went for Windwalk mirror image, not crit, because the Headhunters are the one that offer the damage. So even though the units are hiding in the base, Blade Keeper still goes in and gets an entangle on the Headhunter. But you have to say that although he was hiding in the base there, the unit were quite far out with... he has to send back his grunts and Headhunters. Entangle out of range. Goes on the Blade instead. Doesn't mirror image the Blade, because he wants to Hex chase the Keeper. He wants to wait as long as possible, not to Hex yet. He wants to wait till Entangle is available, and then he interrupts the animation with the Hex. But now they're still in Entangle, and it goes on the Shadowhunter. There's no TP. There's no... No, you're gonna lose both heroes! GG. It's over. The most underwhelming game